Hi guys, Mighty Drum here. I am going to be commentating on this guy from Something Awful's draft, alcaras. He asked me to take a look at it, so I'll be watching along with you. Haven't really seen it before. I saw a couple of draft picks just to test my recording software, but basically I don't know what's going to be happening, so I'll try to go along with his choices and decisions and pause when I need to. So let's go ahead and start.
Got my second best with the mage, so
Here,
let's see here. Injured Raid Master.
for mage, auctioneer is very good, obviously.
Auctioneer for the spell draw combos.
Both these cards are bad. Arcane Missiles. Arcane Missile is not a great card, but both the other cards are bad.
Leprinome is pretty bad.
None of these are amazing, but at least Grizzly is the best of a mediocre bunch. Yeah.
Venture Commerce.
Venture Commerce is easy to pick up here.
I don't really like a second Venture Commerce in there.
Kind of agree with him. Like second Venture Co is still strongest. You could really make an argument for Sorcerer's Apprentice. It's not a bad card. Plus it's a 2-drop.
Fen Creeper.
Fen Creeper is easily the best here. Just superior to Booty Bay in every way.
Take the top for control. We're kind of 5 heavy. Polymorph.
Easy Polymorph. Easy Harvest Golem. Iceland is like close to unplayable. Archmage is again kind of bad. This legendary pick is easily Milladin. Wilhelm's Manastorm is number one. It could backfire horribly, and even if it's good, it's just a 4/4. You know, it's just a 4/4 for 2. Like later in the game, just it's just a 4/4 that could just wreck you. You know, and even on turn 2, this can be easily dealt with. Even if you live the dream, you play on turn 2, and they don't have anything. It's still just a 4/4. It's not going to win you the game by itself. And this card just doesn't, it's like a glorified loot order, it just doesn't do enough impact on the game. Like, the spell damage only matters if you have a spell in your hand, this is alive, and you actually do something with it, so this is like a loot order. So it's easily Illidan. It's the only card here that is actually impacts the game state in a significant way.
Seems inferior. Illidan seems really good. Millhouse seems like a good way to fuck over yourself.
Yep. Pretty good analysis here. Still given that what he just said, expect him to pick Illidan.
Yeah.
All these aside, I'm just going back to Arcane Missiles, really. The reason it's not good, because it's just not reliable. It's just not a reliable removal spell. I'd rather have a creature, I mean, in this particular pack, it was the right choice, but because it was just the best card over 2 worse ones, but it doesn't really do anything. You can't rely on it. It's very bad late game, just like absolutely awful. The only times when it's like good are like turns like 1 and 2, and other times it's just really mediocre. Looks like he's like looking up something or debating. Not sure.
I think the superior choice.
Alright. Easy fireball over 2 mediocre picks.
Fireball's pretty good out here.
We don't have any 2s, so we kind of want to be biased for good 2s. Definitely take the superior removal here. You need the Frostbolt's one of the best removal Even if it doesn't kill something, it freezes it.
2 minions.
And Water Elemental, you'll pick up other 4-drops here. Again, what I was saying about Arcane Missile is not very good. Definitely would take Loot Hoarder here. You know, you're missing 2s. You have a shitload of higher cost guys, so I think that's definitely a mispick.
Oh, shit. Just all shit. Utter shit. Wow.
All these are bad. Secret Keeper is the least bad of these.
Secret Keeper, Murloc Tidecaller. Yeah, I'm not going to be playing Murlocs and Alarmo crappiness. Secret Keeper, best of a bad bunch, in case I end up with a decent secret.
Here, like Gnomish.
Inventor.
This is just like unplayable. The other one is 2 really bad cards versus a 2-drop which we badly need.
Acolyte of Pain is at least self-replacing.
Yep, Acolyte over
This is particularly good.
2 not so good picks.
Bottom, we can pick up another Auctioneer.
You can take another Auctioneer. You could also make an argument for Abomination as well.
Flame Strike easily.
Flame Strike easy. There's an easy Argus. It's just the best card here.
Better.
Very, very good card. Here, Wear and Decay is not really consideration. If you think about these 2 cards, Chrono Code almost always does the same thing as Arcane Explosion, except this also freezes things. You know, like this is only better than this if there's like more than 4 minions on the board and that's like relevant. This always does something. Like it always at least buys you a turn. So I definitely would pick Chrono Cold here. Just card evaluation. Like late game, there's a bunch of like they have like a bunch of 5-drops on the board or whatever. This does absolutely nothing. This buys you a turn. And Mage, especially buying you a turn, is super helpful with your flip, because it allows you to whittle down bigger drops.
I'll pick up AE.
So it's like I think that's definitely a clear mispick.
Dark Iron Warfare.
Here, yeah, Dark Iron's a clear pick. Another Dark Iron's a clear pick. We don't need a bigger guy. This is really, really good. This card is horrible. It's a Shield Bearer. You would never pick a 0/4 Shield Bearer, would you? No. This doesn't do anything. It just doesn't do anything. I would pick a Mad Bomber. Definitely.
This buys me a fuck ton of time.
And it really doesn't buy you a fuck ton of time. It buys you like 1 turn and it doesn't affect the board. That was easy to pick up Shadow Shun. Definitely want Frostbolt here. Again, you pick a 3rd Water Elemental for some reason. You want the good removal. Here, Frost Elemental is the best. This is a really bad taunt because it has 4 health on 5. This Frost... Here, I'm going to pause it for a second. That Frost Elemental will freeze a guy. Like that taunter will like stop 1 guy if you're lucky. And the freeze guy will do the same thing, except it also has a better body. It's also more useful. 4 health in this taunt is not that great at all. Though we're kind of lacking on taunts here, but I definitely take the Frost Elemental. Again, like we ignored a couple of good 2-drops, and we're now like really looking poor on 2. Although Mage is one of the classes that it's less of a problem, but still. Alright, continuing. Twilight Drake's easy pick here.
Twilight Drake versus Counterspell.
Counterspell's kind of unplayable.
Twilight Drake is still pretty good out here.
Just doesn't do anything.
Polymorph.
Definitely take Poly.
It's 2 polymorphs. Ice Block, Doom
Blood Knight, it's easy to pick here. Ice Block is basically unplayable. Like, this will only save you in a specific situation where you're in a race where you're exactly 1 turn behind your opponent.
The Secret Keeper.
That's the only reason it's good. And we're not going to pick a bad card to make our other bad card slightly better sometimes.
More situationally useful.
Blood Knight is always at least a 3/3 for 3, and sometimes it's really good.
Doomsayer is pretty bad.
Doomsayer, of course, is... Doomsayer is pay 2 to gain 7 life. That's all that does.
Alright.
It's a healing touch.
A decent draft.
So we're really deficient on 2, and I think we could have avoided that. We could have had like a Loot Hoarder, we could have had a Mad Bomber. We could have had 2 frost bolts that we intentionally gave up. So, like, I am really concerned about the early game here. Arcane Explosion rarely does anything on 2 because there's not that many 1 power 2s that are threatening.
Iron for Grizzly.
This Secret Keeper will never do anything. Mirror Image will just get killed within 1 turn. Like,
Defender of Argus, which is
we're gonna have to pray like these these 2 Arcane Missiles we drafted actually hit their targets.
We do have 2
Like,
water
I think we made a big mistake by not taking those frost bolts and those extra 2 drops.
I don't know about the 2 Ventrico Mercs. And then we have 1 Flame Strike.
2 Ventricos is fine here actually in this particular configuration because we don't really have anything bigger than them. We don't even have.
I like this deck. It has some potential.
We're gonna play, or with this kind of configuration, we're gonna play a Ventrico on 5. We can force them to like overextend onto the board to kill it, and then we're gonna wreck them with a Flame Strike or the removal. So.
Alright, let's see what our first game is. A Hunter.
So playing as a Hunter.
Going
Hunter is kind of a bad matchup for Mage because you're kind of slower control deck.
first, second.
Definitely mulligan everything here except for Polymorph. We need
useless early, dark
we need
useless early,
we need cards.
Useless early and dark.
Polymorph was fine, especially because when we're mulliganing our whole hand, I want to keep a removal spell. Against Hunter,
Okay.
you have to be cognizant of you don't have infinite time to set up a control. This flip will eventually kill you, so you can't take too much damage when you can avoid it. Of course, our hand is kind of bad.
And yes, I did bury it with
If we get another 3, I would definitely coin a 3-drop on 2. We might not get it. No, don't get anything. Just pull them. Again, we don't, or we might gonna have to coin a 4.
Blood Knight now doesn't make sense.
We're gonna have to coin a 4 and then play a 4. Our opponent's not doing anything at all, so definitely get pressure on the board. Coin this Frost Elemental.
I kind of like coin Water Elemental.
Yep. Good point here. Opponent's not applying any pressure. Again, we don't want them. We gotta affect the board as quickly as possible.
Like a Dark Iron Horde.
If he did this twice in a row, he has a slow hand, most likely. And this, like, he wants to kill it, that's fine. Spends his turn doing that. Choice here, you can play a Raw Dark Iron or this. Probably just play a Raw Dark Iron. Like, you need to get pressure on the board.
Nothing,
You don't.
nothing. This is pretty hilarious.
You're just not gonna get. I'm gonna pause it again. Like, a lot of players fall in this trap, man. It's like, man, I don't have anything to boost with this. I can't play it. But no, it's like a 4/4 on the board. Just play it out. Like, he's forced to play something into this. You're giving him tempo back by not playing anything on this turn. You're giving him a chance to play a creature, then we're gonna have to answer that creature, and we also don't have pressure on the board. With our hand texture, if we played this, we play something. You'll have to play something either like dies to this, or it doesn't do anything on the board, or he like spends a turn killing this, and that frees up our next turn to play this onto a clean board. And then he has to answer it again, and then we have options of protecting this with like Polymorph and other things in our hand. So just play your creature. Like, you could have played Dark Iron Dwarf if you really wanted to. You could have not played it and played Blood Knight, but this is kind of too small to do stuff on his like a range of possible turn 5 plays. So we need to create pressure there and not just try to get value. This is when you just need to play your creature. And I have a feeling we're gonna get behind now. He's gonna play something. Well, he plays a really bad card that I don't even know why this is being played in Hunter. But you know, we don't have forever to do stuff here. Here I'll just play Ventrico or yeah.
He's forced to respond to it. I also have 2.
No, this trade is really poorly. This I don't know what the hell he's doing there. Doesn't really mean anything. If I was him, I'd just attack the face. Force you to do 2 things to kill this instead of just 1. Yeah, we don't want to waste a polymorph on this. Again, we don't have infinite time. We need to start affecting the board.
Really a shame that popped the shield.
We can. I like killing this with this, and then playing Auctioneer and arcaning it. Now this is just a really poor. This is really poor play. Another example of number one, arcane missiles. It's just not reliable on any. Doesn't do anything on any point, like in the mid game or later. If we were going to commit it to playing it, we definitely wanted to just attack first to improve our chances, because I mean, it just doesn't do anything. Like, we would have to get really lucky for it to hit something twice, and if you want to get lucky for hit something twice, we definitely want to attack first, and then it has a attack a guy first, and then it has a better chance of hitting something twice. And if we're going to attack, that's when we need to get the Ventricle off the board, because we can't cast anything in our hand. We can't do anything. We just want to trade for his biggest creature. This might be much better if we trade here, play the Auctioneer, and then Arcane Missiles, draw a card. Even if it doesn't turn out well, you know, he still has to have extra things in his hand to kill this. And this sets us up for a Flame Strike next turn if he, like, alright, playing Auctioneer, then Arcane Missiles, we draw a card. He doesn't have a way of killing this immediately on board, either forces to vomit creatures, because, you know, you can't let a mage have an Auctioneer on board. Forces him to vomit creatures, setting up for a Flame Strike. So now this was a pretty big misplay. Like, we're pretty far behind on board. If we don't kill our own Ventricle, we just literally don't cast anything, and we just don't do anything at all. So we need, even with this kind of misplay, we still just need to kill this and play a Ventricle. So let's see what he does. Racing is bad here. He has again. You can't race the fucking hunter. We're just trying to get value by being efficient with our like flip and mana and stuff, and we're just gonna fall behind.
Secret. What are hunters' secrets?
So now it's like, well, shit. What the fuck do we do? He still has a 4/1. He has a flip. We're gonna take 6 damage likely, and you might play something else. Like, and we're definitely not. Yeah. We take a lot of damage and sacrifice a lot of board position. We're gonna die with a bunch of cards in our hand, I feel.
Fuck, I left the email for a second. Hunter Secrets.
Hunter Secrets is just gonna be Snipe. It's the only thing we care about right now is Snipe. Any other card we don't care about really right now. You can't Flame Strike this shitty board. You just have to hit this and play a Protector. This way, even if it's Snipe, this goes down to 2 life.
Explosive Trap.
And, you know, maybe you get lucky and this doesn't hit this, but it's really our only possible play. We don't have anything. We're not gonna waste removal spell on this shitty guy. That's gonna.
Deal 4 damage to it.
Yeah, it's probably Snipe. Yep, exactly Snipe.
That's fine.
So again, you have to get lucky here. Unfortunately, no. No, it's not the worst. So it just saves us 2. It does the same thing. It like saves us 2 damage. This okay. So we're like committed to flame striking. Yep. It's not a big deal. We're gonna take 3. There's flame striking 100% here. Again, we're like incrementally behind. If we had made the better play on the other board, we would have this. We would probably have drawn 2 cards by now. Like, we really hurt ourselves with that play. So this is, again, he's been sandbagging these obviously all game.
Oh, look at that.
And now we've basically lost the game at this point.
My 1 flame strike is gone.
We don't have a flame strike anymore. Again, this flip we now have at most 6 turns to live. Can't do anything. I'm gonna pause for a second. I don't think it's possible to win this game anymore. Like, again, I said, we focus too much on being cute and trying to be efficient with our mana, or we're efficient with our cards, and we're just gonna die with a group of cards in our hand. We can't afford to be cute like that against the hunter. We have to play our cards. The best thing we can do here, it definitely involves Defender of Argus saying something. We have to have a protector out, and it just depends on what we want. Either like an auctioneer. Again, and we don't have those crossbows we need. Like, that's another card that would actually help us a lot here, but it just does nothing right now. He definitely has more beasts, so we just need to try to live. I don't think this game is winnable anymore because the flip, like, we don't have time anymore. If he just flips every turn, we're just dead. I don't know what cards we can even draw to help us here. Maybe like an arcane later. So I'll just make a big protector, water elemental, defender it up. Hope we can affect the board. Polymorph does nothing here. We don't. Doesn't do anything.
Tell you what, we'll do this.
Polymorph just doesn't do anything. It doesn't stop us from taking damage. We have to play defender here. It stops us from taking damage.
Because I can't have him
Here we take 8 damage and we're just dead. It's gonna kill us in 2 turns. We're just gonna do this, flip, and we're just dead. The only thing this does is baits him into attacking it. We don't care about how many cards he draws. We can't play around any of his beasts. Like, if he has them, we really can't do anything about it. He's already too far ahead. Our only hope was to stall for time and try to get control of the game back. But
I think it's time to.
The game's just over now. We can no longer win.
I think it is definitely going to.
Yep. This is a game I actually think that was winnable, and we, in our drafting decisions and our play decisions, we definitely lost this game. Back by not playing this by our Ventrico misplay. I think this was definitely winnable, because without the Ventrico misplay, like, it's possible we wouldn't have to use Flame Strike on the previous turn, because we would have board control and we would have extra cards, and like the entire game would be different. And now we can no longer win. We're just dead.
3. Fuck. Don't have another 3. I thought this was a good deck.
So yeah, this is multiple issues here. This game showed why Arcane Missiles is bad. Showed why we needed Frost Bolts instead of these extra Fire Element or Flame Elementals. Frost Elementals, and again, when you're playing Hunter, you don't have time to be cute. You have the flip. He's going to kill you eventually. Like, we should have made this play last turn.
Because that attacks that.
We can no longer win.
Then that attacks that. Then that attacks that.
Well
yep.
played.
So we're just dead.
You win the.
So even, yep.
I wasn't
Again.
to lose with that deck, but
Again, the rule was good. We had mistakes in drafting, but I don't think those contributed as much to the loss as our actual misplays in game. So let's try look at the second game. It's hard to predict how different a game would go that far in advance, but just given by what the Hunter played, like that, just playing that Auctioneer would have changed the entire game, I feel like. Mage Mirror match. Again, I hate this fucking card. It's a shield bearer. It does nothing.
I'm happy with all
Arcane Explosion.
Mage?
Don't like it at all. I'll keep Arcane Missiles in a 3-drop. Mulligan both these cards. We want some late game power. We want creatures that do something. These cards just don't do anything. No pressure.
Hello.
No pressure on the board at all.
Hello.
And I'm going to profess my undying hate for Mirror Image. It is literally Shield Bearer. It's a 0/4. It doesn't do anything. Like, I would rather have a creature that does something.
I hope you like my invention.
Like if you look at the 0/4 shield bearer and you think would I ever pick the 0/4 shield bearer, then you should never pick this.
Couldn't.
I would probably have coined a 3-drop because we have a very good 3-drop to put behind it. The 1/2 doesn't do anything. Against mage, I want to put pressure on the board. That 1/2 wasn't threatening us at all. Arcane Missiles can definitely be better later.
What are mage secrets?
Now we're kind of fucked because this could it could easily be mirror image. We can actually play it. I mean, it actually doesn't matter because we have this on board. So we can just play Blood Knight, or we can coining Dark Iron Dwarf would be pretty bad because we can't kill it easily.
Cast the spell, counter it.
If we do this and it's coin Dark Iron and it's a mirror entity, it's pretty bad. We need to play something. We can't. This again, you're fireballing
It's not the hero damage.
for no reason. We should be playing something. Even if we play this and he copies it, I mean,
Tight for now.
we have we have a 0/4 and we can kill it later if we want to. So we lost tempo for no reason. Without him to play it, get control back of this game. Arcane Missiles just doesn't do anything again. Just does nothing at all.
Mirror entity at this point.
And now Mirror Entity's even worse.
It's not Spellbender. Could be Ice Block. Could be Vaporize. It's not Counterspell.
Again, we made misplays that just put us behind in game and are in a really bad position again. Again, we can. This doesn't do anything. This doesn't do anything. We kind of forced into making that play because of our play. This allows us to Dark Iron something and Dark Iron at 0/2 and kill it, but again, we're in a really bad position. Okay, scratch that plan. We're arcaning, explosioning him. But because we didn't pop that mirror image early, now it's really bad now. I mean, we've regained port parity, but he's still gonna copy our creature.
Well played.
It's definitely mirror entity right now.
So, I mean, it could be Vaporize, but Vaporize are rare and it doesn't matter. We have to play it like it's mirror entity, no matter what. So the play ended up working out for us, but I mean, we're still pretty far behind. Alright. It's Vaporize.
What the fuck is that secret? It's not mirror entity. It's not ice barrier. It's not spellbender.
It's coin fireball here. We got
We
a coin fireball. This doesn't do anything. Displays. I mean,
I guess it's ice block.
you mean he like kills
Or
this for
vaporize,
free?
Potentially. Ice block or vaporize.
This is better when it actually does something. We don't need to draw off cards right now. We have a pretty strong hand. I'll just get his big creature off the board.
The reason I played that was to see what minute yeah. There.
Because we could have had Alkalite on a clean board with this fireball. And now we're just fucked. Probably just goes for our face here. There's no reason for him to attack creatures yet. Now we're forced into making that play. Oh no! Don't polymorph this. This card doesn't do anything anymore. We should have Dark Ironed or no, we didn't need to polymorph that at all. We just trade. Save polymorph for a creature you actually cannot. Pause for a second. You need to save polymorph for a creature you actually can't kill. Like with what you have on the board. This play would be much better if you Dark Ironed. Oh, you don't even have to Dark Iron. You can just trade this for the ghoul and kill the other one. Draw a card. Probably kill the other one first to draw a card. Do that before. You should definitely do that before you polymorph or anything because you're making that play almost 100% of the time. Kill this, then play. Instead of using your very useful polymorph in hand, because now if you place a big creature, we just we have to hope that we can trade with it. I would just have played a Dark Iron or a No Machine
Could
Inventor.
be Vaporize. It could be.
Probably no Machine Inventor because it draws us an extra card and also it's
Could be
good
Vaporize or
fodder into
Vaporize
Vaporize.
or Ice Block.
And Dark Iron Dwarf can buff this up. You don't care as much as this dies.
Taste the mana.
Cold, it's fine. Draws an extra card. He did not
And
use
then
his
just
flip.
the cards.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, I thought this was in turn because that.
You're feeding me cards, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. That play seemed pretty loose from our opponent. Here. Don't think we need to play two taunts there. I think we played what kind of bait a flame strike. Again, alright.
Let's see.
Something we can't deal with. If we had the
Here's my arcane explosions. I think I had another one right.
if we had our polymorph
Or
here,
something.
this would not be a huge problem.
Fine.
But now we have to slowly roll down this field. Definitely. We're just gonna use our protectors. We got really lucky there. Really lucky.
That's great.
Just need to kill
The rest of that shit.
the mana addict and kill two. Or actually, do we even care about these? No, I don't think so.
Vaporize.
Yeah, Vaporize. This is actually our alright, useless card. Yeah, we don't really care. The problem with attacking him here, it's the riskier play. The Flame Strike leaves us really dead. I probably would have.
Have fun not being able to play any minions.
I would probably may have played like a Frost Elemental or something instead of this, but.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cute. I see what your plan was. It's fine though. Yep.
No, it's gonna clear out the protectors.
Sacrifice all the whelpses.
I think we use both our polymorphs, and we don't have a good answer for this. We're gonna have to trade into it or some shit to kill it. Again, this is a good play. He's sacrificing his board because for all he knows, we have like a flame strike or something, and he can't do anything.
Let's see here. You're basically dead.
Definitely have to, kill that. I wanna. He has one card in hand. Probably definitely want to Dark Iron this
You're gonna be a problem.
and kill the Mana Addict. Dark Iron this, attack this, and kill the Mana Addict. It puts in. I don't know what this attack's about. We don't have to attack this. Like, yeah, I don't know what we did there. We could have attacked him for 5 and killed
That was a
this.
slight miscalc, I think.
Could have attacked him for 5 and killed the Mana Addict and had an extra life on our guy. Not that the extra life would particularly matter, but
Alright, well.
we just put ourselves into a worse position. Definitely didn't need 2 Wire Elementals on the board, doesn't do anything.
Keep him frozen all day.
Keep him frozen, but you can also just kill him by Dark Ironing something, and we just played this.
Fuck.
We just played this without thinking.
Fuck.
We didn't think about we're into it at all. Now we have to like, plays are pretty bad. Now he has a Frost Elemental and we can't kill it, and he can freeze our Ventrico. Definitely don't suicide into Water Elemental. Just have to attack him. Our players have intentionally put us really far behind.
It's funny.
Yep.
Everyone's freezing everything.
Now we're really screwed. We're gonna take the 10 hit. We have a Ventrico out, so we can't do anything really. We hit it once and play Dark Iron on one of our on this Frost Elemental because it's Hearthstone doesn't do anything on this board. I want to get at least more damage for later. Putting more damage on this doesn't do anything. It already kills everything. Like, and there's a high percentage he just kills this. If he's trading, he's going to kill this maybe. So dark ironing this or this, depending on what you're planning to do with it. All right. If we Dark Iron this, then you try to kill it, it lets us Firebolt next turn. I don't know what our opponent's going to do. He might attack and freeze the Venture Co. Or just attack. Okay. We get bailed out here, pretty lucky. Definitely just Flame Striking. Killing this with our creature, fine. We're pretty lucky. Our opponent made some misplays, and we ended up getting bailed out. But we definitely played this game pretty poorly. We could have made different decisions at all points of the game. But he's still dead. No reason to commit anything else to the board. It doesn't change the clock at all. Unfortunately, it gives our opponent he has a chance to top deck a Fireball or something.
Fireball. That's funny.
Again, no reason to play anything at all. So it just doesn't change texture of the board. We just let another creature die to a possible top deck Flame Strike. Because he can still top deck Flame Strike and ping this and clear the board.
Or Pyro.
The Fireball Pyro doesn't matter. Okay. He's dead.
Well played.
Yeah, no reason to overextend there. Doesn't change the clock. And it doesn't change what his outs are. Because his only out was a fucking Flame Strike. And that doesn't change it at all. Just throws away a card.
Okay. One more.
Toss the next game. Don't get into the trap of thinking is that because we won that we did it correctly. Like we definitely made a ton of mistakes that game, but a win is still a win. Take what you can get. No, I think our opponent made terrible mistakes that game as well.
Who still has not made a fracking
Here, keep the one drop of mulligan our high cards.
Twice before already.
Hello.
Okay, Arcane Missile was just completely unreliable. He's gonna coin something. We have to get lucky for this to be good. And now we can't even play this. Can't even play it. It doesn't even do anything. Our opponent is pretty bad. Charge is unplayable. And charge is both unplayable and if you are playing it, you should not do it on your 2-drop. Doesn't do anything. So our opponent's pretty awful.
Still cannot risk it.
Again, Arcane Missile, man. Well, I would kill to have a Frostbolt instead of this. It actually does something. You can justify playing this at some portions of the time because it's we have to try to get ahead on board before we fall too far behind. And if he spends a turn killing this, it gives us a better chance to Arcane Missiles kill it. Now we just screwed ourselves. I'm gonna pause it for a second. This play is kind of a 50-50 between playing this or playing the Fireball. It's kind of hard for Warrior to deal. You can't deal with it on board without sacrificing the mana, which we're fine with. Kind of hard for Warrior to kill this right away. Even the Dark Iron Dwarf doesn't kill it without sacrificing 2 creatures, so I can respect this play. The only thing is we take a ton of damage. We're gonna take 9 dead in 2 turns. Again, if we had an extra creature on board, either either heals us for 4 or allows us to make extra better plays the next turn. I think we're just too afraid of enraging this guy when we might at this point we might just lose if we don't get lucky and hit. Again, this card is just shit again. It's just really bad. It doesn't do anything once again. That's again why I say Arcane Missiles is not a good card. So now, if our opponent's smart, he just ignores this and faces us for a billion, assuming he has extra pressure somewhere in his hand. We still are forever. From his perspective, we're still forever from Flame Strike. So, again, I'll just hit us again. This just induces us to. This just induces. Sorry, I'm gonna pause again.
I'm in deep shit right now.
I'm gonna pause again. This is a pretty good play by him by playing this and then not ignoring this. This induces Mage player to make this play trying to kill us. We don't give a shit about his hand anymore. We are basically dead. We can't afford to focus on this, other than the fact that it's 5 power. We might have to kill it just because it's the biggest thing on the board. But hand texture is probably dead. Might have to fireball. We're gonna have to probably get lucky with Arcane at this point. If we don't get lucky, we have to fireball something. Okay. Fireball the Releader, definitely. Makes this 1/3 so he can't trade. That does nothing. Gets our boarded traded for free. We just have to fireball this. And thus he can't kill things on our board, and it removes the most damage from his board. This doesn't stop us from. This does nothing. This doesn't stop us from taking 6 damage going to 5. It just doesn't do anything.
Just kill it.
Yeah, this play does nothing. Attacks us for 6.
Best of a bunch of bad options.
We just fireball this. Don't get into the trap here of when we're about to die, we just have to kill stuff. And plus, Warrior has a bunch of weapons in charge. We could just be dead. We could just be actually dead. If our opponent's smart, he's just going to hit our face. And we're dead. He could have had just 1 creature on the board if we played correctly. And we had a chance to get back into this game. But now we don't have a chance to get back into the game anymore.
I'm forced to
yeah, we're forced to play a taunt, I think, no matter what. Gotta kill the raid leader and his next biggest creature.
For sure. And then...
Don't kill the Mana Wraith, because just kill the 3/3.
I can't have that buff that again.
The buff doesn't matter anymore because it happens at the end of the turn. And the board texture will change by that point. Just kill the 3/3. Kill the thing with more power, because he can kill this on board now. If we killed this, he would not be able to kill this on board. He would need another card. It would save us another turn. Now he could kill this. We're dead to any charger. Dead to the Kor'kron Elites. We're dead to some weapons. You know, leaving this killable on board was a big misplay. Now he's gonna dig for something. I mean, this game's probably a loss now because the way we played it. I think we definitely could have won this game. But now we've taken too much damage. I'm gonna pause it for a second. We have to think about how we're gonna win this game now. And if Illidan actually changes anything. Illidan doesn't really do much right now. We're dead. If we have options to live, and I think we have more protectors in our deck, a couple more things. We're gonna have to draw cards, get better cards in our hand. We still have a fireball for any big plays. I definitely want to play the Auctioneer here, and then Arcane Missiles. And they'll probably play Secret Keeper or something. If the Arcane Missiles misses or something. This doesn't do anything. This doesn't prevent him It's bad for long game. I know that the intention here is to do this and play a bunch of cards. You got a bunch of 2-1s, but we want to draw to outs that save us from being dead because we have some protectors and stuff. I believe we still have like an Iron for Grizzly. That might be the only one actually. It might be the only one. This is kind of close. I mean, here you have to make a decision. Do we want to draw to one of our outs, or just try to kill him as fast as possible? We're probably dead either way because we have no protectors. We only have one taunt left in our deck, I believe. I have to go check. But rather give us a chance to draw extra cards than this. But yeah, we're probably just dead no matter what.
You are not prepared. Done. Job done.
Changes nothing. At least we're not dead, because I think we would have done it. He would have killed us immediately.
7 armor, he's just trying to turtle.
Our opponent's amazingly not doing anything at all. Definitely want to get Auctioneer on the board. Definitely want to get... I think our play should have been Auctioneer, Secret Keeper. If you play something problematic, you want to draw extra cards. This does a little bit more damage on the board.
He just fucking rips my face off.
We can't play around anything. Yep, we're just dead.
Well played.
If we did, again, I'll pause it for a sec. Well, I guess I can sleep going because the game's over. Playing that the Water Elemental Dark Iron Dwarf turn lost us the game. We did not, when we could have prevented us from taking a shitload of damage for no reason. Multiple turns, we just... When we're about to die, we just have to use our spells. We died with a fireball in our hand. This fireball could have saved us a ton of damage at any point in the game, but we just refused to use it. We were saving it when we were losing pretty badly. So we have to... There's a bunch of turns where we could have just saved extra damage by fireballing something, or that water elemental play again. When we played the Dark Iron Dwarf and he had a bunch of shit on the board, when we could have done something else. Just lost us the game. We took a bunch of extra damage when was not necessary. Because Warrior has so much charge and direct attacks and weapons and shit, we can't afford to get like really under 10 life in single digits. Just leaves us dead to anything. And again, another play that killed us was leaving the Fen Creeper killable on board. Again, we're at so low life, we have to keep our protectors alive. We only have like 2 protectors, I believe. We can't let him kill them for free. We have to make him work for it. We have to make him have something. The game was, again, that was a winnable game that we definitely misplayed and lost.
Jane versus.
A Warlock now. And you go first. Actually prefer going second.
Definitely mulligan. Yeah, we can send all that back. There's an argument for keeping Polymorph against the Warlock because they have those cheap creatures that can get pretty big. We don't have answers to. So again, I hate to keep bringing this up, but we passed up on 2 Frostbolts, which would be really good in the deck again. But can't do anything about that at this point. We just have to try to win the game with the cards we have.
Hello.
Just ping this. Don't really change anything. Arguments could be made to ping his hero because we're going to play a 3-drop and probably kill this, but the board texture can change a lot, so this is fine, especially if he plays a Blood Imp or something. But he doesn't, just plays this. Let's play our Grizzly. Actually, we don't need to play our Grizzly here. We just play our Blood Knight. It's close. Our taunters are always good, while this is probably the best it's gonna be. Doesn't really change anything. We take 3 damage, get a guy on the board. I think it's defensible. The play can be made either way. I don't like playing our taunters that get killed immediately if we don't have to do it. I mean, it's fine in this case because he can just because he'll trace for 2 creatures if we have something. But if he had something here, like, we can't imagine to make this play. If he had a card to kill our creature, I'd much rather him kill this than this. I have no idea what our opponent's doing now. Alright.
Okay.
He's just giving up.
Could care less.
Definitely to play here is Dark Iron and kill his big guy. No other play to be made here. Whoa, 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 what are we doing? We're making the same trap again. We're going to try to get value or something. Like, I think you're going to make the play again where you attack this and ping this when Dark Iron does the same thing, but you have a 4/4 on the board instead of nothing. So I hope, I mean, it's probably too late now, but definitely Dark Iron this, kill this. Same play as Firebolting this, but you have a 4/4 on the board instead of nothing again. Don't know what that play does at all. Yeah, you said no point in buffing it, but it's... I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to actually do nothing this turn again? Like, we're putting ourselves... We continually put ourselves behind on board because we want to, like... I think you're getting to a trap. It's like, we got to get maximum value on this. We got to buff something that lives and some crap. And we're just getting behind on board. We're just losing continual games because we're just not playing cards. And we're just dirtling around. At least with this, we would have a 4/4 on the board and it changes the board texture considerably. We have a creature we can't ignore. And now it's... Now we're like just supremely fucked in some fashion.
You gotta be kidding me!
I think this was a horrible play. Number one, we can't kill anything with this. Sorry. Number one, he has Protector, so this is just gonna wall into this. Again, if we had a 4/4 on board, this would be a fine play, but we don't. Again, our decisions earlier have put us very far behind. Problem with this play is very bad because number one doesn't do anything; it just gets walled here. But it also like wrecks our entire hand. We can't play any cards. Like our opponent's gonna be very smart, play a bunch of big creatures for this, and completely ignore this. At this point in the game, it's hard to determine. Again, we have intentionally put ourselves very far behind, and I'm not sure if the game's winnable anymore with our plays. If we locked ourselves into this board position, Christ, none of our plays are very good. I'll just play Auctioneer. You have to play Auctioneer, assuming that something big is going to come out of this. We have to polymorph it, draw us a card, and hopefully get us back in the game somehow. But this is the worst possible play we could have made. He ignores this. We can't play any cards at all. We're just getting further and further behind every game. These incremental mistakes are putting us further behind at every step of the game. So now, if he played that first, and hopefully he doesn't have another creature, that or he just misplayed pretty badly, you might last tap.
I think that deserves a sheep. I can't place a 7/7 right now. I agree.
Yeah, our opponent just misplayed. But this game is pretty much lost unless we top deck Flame Strike right now. We have screwed ourselves into not being able to play cards. Just shoot this. Just get enough extra damage off the board. We screwed ourselves to not being able to play cards on board. This still can't die to anything. We can't get this killed. It's still screwing us over and over.
Summoning portals so badly. Where's my Flame Strike?
This is pretty bad. Our opponent, yep, correctly should just ignore this creature and kill us. Now we can only draw Flame Strike, and again, we can't kill this guy. We've screwed ourselves on board. Here it's probably fine. This, we can't care about this anymore. We have to pausing again before you make a play. We have to try to not die again. Just have to fireball the Cult Master and kill this. Get the most. That both gets the most damage off the board and gives us gets the most damage off the board, basically. Again, we screwed our. This does nothing. I actually don't know the reason behind this play at all. Changes nothing. Leaves him with a ton of extra damage on the board. Yeah. And draws him a card for no reason. You have this fireball rotting. Again, you're gonna die with a fireball rotting in your hand when it could have saved you a lot of damage. Although this game is probably unlosable at this point. And also that play make this harder for you to kill your own Ventrico, which is gonna lose you the game because you can't play any cards.
My shield for Argus.
Oh, we're just probably dead anyways.
2 more taunts.
Our opponent, that was a horrible play by our opponent. Number one, he doesn't care about our creatures. I don't know why he's killing this. He's actually kind of doing you a favor if he trades into it. But, I mean, we're probably dead anyways. If he trades into it, it's awesome for us. Our opponent's making huge misplays. He's just attacking us with all his creatures. I mean, could he have...
Alright, Flame Strike.
Could he have killed us that turn? This was 3... Did you even attack with this? 7? 8, 9? Could have put us really low instead of doing nothing at all. And of course, the other play was better against Flame Strike. We're dead. We have to. And if we were gonna firebolt, yeah, we misplayed again. If we're gonna fireball something, we should have done it first. And so he didn't draw an extra card, but there's basically no reason. There's no way we can win anymore. We're just dead. Again, this is another very winnable game. Our opponent made tons of mistakes, and gave us extra outs to live. But we misplayed. We didn't play creatures when we could have played creatures, and just got ourselves behind. We allowed our opponent to get ahead on board.
That's a fucking taunt. Wow. Okay.
So
1/3 deck.
hopefully
Barring.
Hopefully this helps you. I hope not. I didn't sound too harsh or anything, but I definitely think all of our games were winnable. And I think your biggest leak is not creating pressure on the board. You're trying to get cute with your flip. You're not playing creatures when you can play creatures. You're not thinking about your later plays, especially with the Ventrico. You didn't think about, man, this Ventrico cannot die, and it makes me unable to play any cards at all. Yeah, but the biggest problem is you're not playing creatures when you can just play your guys. You're dying with Dark Iron Dwarfs in your hand. We just play them. Like, you don't have to get value out of this. You can just play it. So 4/4 is fine. You can't allow yourself to get behind on board. Every single game, you intentionally let yourself get behind on board by not playing creatures on a turn. So.
A miracle Flame Strike that is so needed right now. Nope.
Yep, and we're dead.
Nope.
Yep, that's all, folks. Hopefully this helped. This is Mighty Germ signing off.